Bottoms is the one that's missing. I love this list. I love this list because they are comedies. Hey everyone, welcome back to Candid Cinema. I'm Amanda, otherwise known as AMXND Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. Today I will be going through the Critics' Choice Award nominees. We have the Golden Globes, now we have the CCAs, and obviously the reason why they're within the same week, these nominations, is because we have the Golden Globes January 7th, and then we have the CCAs January 14th. So consecutive Sundays, and it's going to be a doozy. Now, the CCAs are a bit different than the Globes, and I'm a bit confused with some of the nominees because the Golden Globes keep it separate, the CCAs put them together. So it's going to be a bit interesting to go through this list because I am going to do a comparison. So we're going to get into it now, and I'm going to show you the list from Variety. So I'm going to be going from CCAs to Golden Globes to compare what we have here. So first and foremost, we have Best Score, which has Jerskin Fendrix for Poor Things, Michael Giacchino for Society of the Snow, Ludwig Göransson for Oppenheimer, Daniel Pemberton for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Robbie Robertson for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Mark Ronson and Andrew Wyatt for Barbie. The two films that did miss from the Globes are The Boy and the Heron and The Zone of Interest. So it's really interesting to see that the Society of Snow made it in. I haven't watched it yet, but if it is getting these noms, I really am looking forward to it. So like I said the other day, I do think it's between Oppenheimer and Killers of the Flower Moon personally, but it's great to see Michael Giacchino nominated. Next, we have Best Song, which we have Dance the Night, Barbie, I'm Just Ken, Barbie, Peaches from the Super Mario Brothers movie, Road to Freedom from Rustin, This Wish from Wish, and then What Was I Made For from Barbie. So that is interesting because you guys know how I feel about Wish. I don't think it was that memorable, that song, so I'm surprised it did get a nomination here. The triple for Barbie is going to hurt it in the long run. As much as I would love to give it to Billie Eilish for What Was I Made For, I do think that it's going to go to another film. I'm hoping they don't split the vote for it, but I think that's what's going to end up happening here. The one that did miss was Addicted to Romance, the Bruce Springsteen song from She Came to Me. So that's the difference here. I'm really surprised that Wish made it in. I am. Next, we have Best Foreign Language Film. And I'm just going to find it on the Globes here as well. So Best Foreign Language Film, we have Anatomy of a Fall, Godzilla -1, Perfect Days, Society of the Snow, The Taste of Things, and The Zone of Interest. This is a bit different than the Globes because the Globes had Falling Leaves and they had Il Capitano, but Society of the Snow did make it in. There is a difference. I'm surprised that Godzilla -1 is here, but it is the Critics' Choice, so it makes complete sense that they would have that there. There's no Past Lives here, which also makes sense. Globes, what did you do? Why would you put it in that category? So thank God Past Lives isn't here, but it does get some love later on. Here, again, it's going to be in between Anatomy of the Fall and The Zone of Interest. I don't know why anything else would come close to either of them, but Society of the Snow is sneaking in here. So I'm going to have a look-see to see what we got. Next, we have Best Animated Feature, and I'm going to find it right here. All right, so we have The Boy and the Heron, Elemental, Nimona, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. Oh my God, yes. And then Wish. So what missed was Suzume, and I think the swap with like Nimona coming in and Mutant Mayhem coming in, I think that the CCA list is better than the Globe list when it comes to animated feature. Elemental and Wish are still here. I think that removing Suzume, even though Suzume I heard was exceptional, I think that having Nimona in there is really special as well. So animated feature is stacked this year. We didn't really expect that, but I'm loving this. I'm loving this category. So they did good. They did good with Mutant Mayhem and Nimona jumping in here. Next, we have Best Comedy. Now, this is a comedy category. Okay. This is a comedy category. I don't know what the other comedy category was, but that wasn't it at the Globes. It wasn't it at the Globes. So I'm just going to find the list right here in front of me and see if there's any comparisons, because I know one's missing. So we have American Fiction, Barbie, Bottoms. Bottoms is the one that's missing. The Holdovers, No Hard Feelings, and Poor Things. So I love this list. I love this list because they are comedies. Golden Globes, okay, have Air, American Fiction, Barbie, The Holdovers, May December, and Poor Things. You could have added No Hard Feelings, but more importantly, you could have added Bottoms. And No Hard Feelings should have been nominated at the Golden Globes just because you also nominated Jennifer Lawrence. So that's what I don't understand. But having Bottoms here in the best comedy category, thank you. Thank you, CCAs. Thank you, because that is what we needed at the Globes, and we didn't get it because May December is there and Bottoms should have been nominated. So I love this list. I obviously think that Barbie's going to win. Poor Things could edge it out, but Barbie broke records today at the CCAs. So it doesn't mean they're going to win every single award, but it is a gigantic possibility that they could. I do hope that Poor Things nudges it out a bit, but also Bottoms is great. So if they're going to just give it to a comedy because the other films are going to do well otherwise, I do think that it would be really cool to have Bottoms win. So next we have Best Visual Effects, which I'm really happy about. We have The Creator, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, Oppenheimer, okay, Poor Things, and Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So what we have here is that these are literally the best visual effects of the year. And I'm talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 too. That was polished compared to other Marvel films. So I'm really happy about that. And I think that it should go to Oppenheimer based on the practical effects alone. It was absolutely incredible. I do think it's going to win. Best hair and makeup goes to Barbie, The Color Purple, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Poor Things, Priscilla. Perfect list. I really do think that they can all get nominated for Oscars. I would love to see Priscilla in there, but the work they did in Oppenheimer and Maestro to age them was literally incredible. I am so excited for everyone to see Maestro because the makeup department, oh my goodness, they did an incredible job. I loved it so much. So it's between Maestro and Oppenheimer for me. I do think that they're going to win there. Next, we have Best Costume Design. This is tough, okay? We have Jacqueline Duran for Barbie, Lindy Hemming for Wonka, Francine Jameson-Tanchuk for The Color Purple, Holly Waddington for Poor Things, Jacqueline West for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Janty Yates and David Crossman for Napoleon. So I love all of this list. I love it. I do think that Holly Waddington for Poor Things is going to win because her costumes for Poor Things was on another level, and they were so inventive and whimsical and just gorgeous. They were gorgeous, the costumes. So I do think that that is going to be a lock for me for Poor Things. I can't see anything else edging it out, but I loved every single piece that Emma Stone wore in that movie. It's fantastic. Next, we have Best Editing. Ooh, I went too far. So we have William Goldenberger for Air, Nick Hoy for Barbie, Jennifer Lame for Oppenheimer, Yorgos Mavrospardis for Poor Things, Thelma Shoemaker for Killers of the Flower Moon, and Michelle Tesoro for Maestro. This is a tough list. But for me personally, the fact that we had both hearings at the exact same time and we get so much information being divided, yet it comes together in such a cohesive manner towards the end of the film. I thought the editing in Oppenheimer is brilliant. Okay, I think it's fantastic. Thelma Schoonmaker is the most seasoned one out of this list right now. But for me, what Jennifer Lame did in Oppenheimer was just incredible. And I really do hope that she goes all the way for Oppenheimer. I think she was great. I think the movie's fantastic. So it's going to be between Oppenheimer and Killers of the Flower Moon, most definitely. But I do think what they did in Oppenheimer was something special. So I really hope it wins for editing. For production design, we have Susie Davies and Charlotte Derisick for Saltburn, Ruth DeJong and Claire Kaufman for Oppenheimer, Jack Fisk, Adam Willis for Killers of the Flower Moon, Sarah Greenwood and Katie Spencer for Barbie, James Price, Shona Heath, and Suzuza Mihalik for Poor Things, Adam Stockhausen and Chris Morin for Asteroid City. Happy to see Asteroid City nominated. That production design was stellar. If it doesn't go to Barbie, what are we doing here? I think that the Barbie production design was fantastic. It looked like a dream house. It was just perfect in every way, that Barbie set. I loved it. I could honestly also say Saltburn, but I know that Barbie has the hype for sure. So early predictions, I would kind of give it to Barbie, definitely. Next, we have best, where are we here? That's the list. Okay, it's not together, unfortunately, guys. But we have best cinematography, Matthew Libatique for Maestro, Rodrigo Prieto for Barbie and Killers of the Flower Moon. Double whammy for my boy. He kills it all the time. We have Robbie Ryan for Poor Things, Linus Sandgren for Saltburn, and Hoyt van Hoytema for Oppenheimer. You know I love Rodrigo Prieto, but the double nomination is going to hurt him at the end of the day here at the CCAs. I don't think the double nom is going to happen. It could be a tie for both of them and he could win both awards, which would be really cool. But I do think that in the end, it's going to be between Oppenheimer and Saltburn. I would love for Rodrigo to win, but because he's double nominated, it's going to be a bit tough there. And obviously, I think it would go to Oppenheimer in that case. So I love this list. Next, we have, where are we? Best Adapted Screenplay. I don't want Kelly Fremont Craig's name to be cut out here, so I'm just going to move that. And we have Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Okay, All of Us Strangers by Andrew Haig. And sorry, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret from Kelly Fremont Craig. American Fiction from Corey Jefferson. Killers of the Flower Moon, Martin Scorsese and Eric Roth. Poor Things from Tony McNamara. And Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan. Okay, this is a tough category because I read Killers of the Flower Moon and I read Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. And I think that Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret is one of the best adapted screenplays ever. So thank you, Kelly Fremont Craig, because I love that movie and I love that book. And I think you did an incredible job with it. I love the Killers of the Flower Moon book. I think David Grant is an incredible journalist and author. And I think Scorsese and Roth did a great job getting the bones of the story and completely dramatizing it in a way that Grant also did in the book, while still giving plenty of information and background of the devastation that was happening. So I think that Killers of the Flower Moon should win here. I did not read American Prometheus, but I do think that it's very different, Nolan's script, from the actual book. You get to change a lot. So I do think that Killers of the Flower Moon is probably the best adaptation here next to Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. The Globes had roughly the same screenplay noms. Yeah, best screenplay, we have Anatomy of a Fall, Barbie, Killers of the Flower Moon, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things. So we have adapted an original, which I'm going to get into now. Best original screenplay, it's roughly the same list, which is good. So best original screenplay, we have Air. I'm so happy Air's in the running here. I don't think it's going to go all the way to the Oscars, but I'm happy it's here. I really am. We have Air by Alex Convery, Barbie, Greta Gerwig, and Noah Baumbach. The Holdovers from David Hemmingson, Maestro, Bradley Cooper and Josh Singer, May December, Sammy Birch, and Past Lives, Celine Song. So both lists are incredible. Adapted and original, incredible screenplays this year. And I do think that for original screenplay, I'm hoping it goes to Past Lives because that broke my heart and I thought it was great. I don't think Barbie's screenplay was strong enough to win an award. I don't know if that's controversial for people, but I do think that there were weak spots. I don't think it's a perfect script. The Holdovers is a perfect script. I do think that Past Lives is also a perfect script. So for me, it's going to be between The Holdovers and Past Lives. And I would be very happy with either one winning. Next, we have Best Director. Oh my God. Best Director. Personally, I like the Golden Globe list way better than this one. But anyways, Best Director, we have Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Greta Gerwig for Barbie, Yorgos Lanthimos for Poor Things, Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer, Alexander Payne for The Holdovers, and Martin Scorsese for Killers of the Flower Moon. Listen, we didn't have to put Alexander Payne there. That's all I'm saying. I think it has more to do with the script that everyone loves The Holdovers than his direction, in my honest opinion. And I would have loved to have seen Celine Song nominated for Best Director and have 2 women nominated for Best Director, but that didn't happen. Where's Justine Triette's nomination? Where's the Anatomy of the Fall nomination in screenplay? Not there. There is no Anatomy of Fall nomination anywhere here. And I'm very surprised. I'm very disappointed because the Globes actually did it best here. So Best Director, again, it's going to be between Nolan and Scorsese. I really cannot see Bradley Cooper getting into director with a sophomore feature. It's plain and simple. He can do actor for sure. I don't think he's going to get in for director. That's just me. But it's a possibility. And I would love to have seen Celine Song here. So CCAs, I don't know what you did, but it wasn't right. Next, we have Best Acting Ensemble. I'm really sad that The Iron Claw can't get nominated here. I know it's coming out December 22nd, but that movie is absolutely phenomenal. And I'm just really sad that it came out this late in the game. It should have had an earlier release date just so it could have some Oscar buzz. It's currently sitting at 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. And Zac Efron's getting like praise upon praise upon praise, and it's not going to go anywhere this award season. It breaks my heart. So Best Acting Ensemble here, we have Air, Barbie, The Color Purple, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, and Oppenheimer. It's a great list. This is another great list. I would have loved to have seen The Iron Claw here, but hopefully the SAGs can help us out and get just one nomination, one little piece of recognition, because that would be great. Here, I do think for Best Acting Ensemble, it's either going to be Oppenheimer or Killers of the Flower Moon. I would love to see The Color Purple win. That ensemble is fantastic. I can't wait to watch the film, but everyone nominated here did a top-notch job, and I would be more than happy if any of them won this one. So next we have... where are we here? Best Young Actor or Actress. Listen, this is my favorite category because all of these young actors completely blew me away in their movies. So Abby Ryder-Forsten, who, if you don't know who she is and you think she looks familiar, she was our little Cassie in Ant-Man, and now she's grown into a 14-year-old, and she was in Are You There, God, It's Me, Margaret, and she was phenomenal. She held her own in that movie, and she carried the entire thing. It is one of the best performances this year, and it's literally one of the best coming-of-age films. Period. It's so good. Ariana Greenblatt for Barbie. I thought she was so cute in this, and I liked her a lot. Calla Lane in Wonka. I'm really excited to watch Wonka on Friday, so I think that, the buzz that she's been getting has been warranted, and I'm really excited to see her. Milo Machado Grainer for Anatomy of a Fall. Amazing. This kid is amazing in Anatomy of a Fall. Go watch it. Find it somewhere. Rent it, whatever you have to do. Anatomy of a Fall is one of the best procedurals I have seen, and I'm so happy that he got nominated because he was fantastic. Next, we have Dominic Sessa for The Holdovers. Brilliant. It's his first film. It's his first movie. He stole my heart. He was fantastic in that. And then we have Madeline Nunes from The Creator as well. Every single young actor or actress here has killed it this year. Like, brilliant work across the board, everybody. So I'm really happy. I personally would give it to Dominic Sessa. I thought he was fantastic in The Holdovers. So if he's not going to get nominated anywhere else, I would love. If he got it, I would love if Abby Ryder-Forsten got it. I think that they both gave incredible performances in coming-of-age films this year, and they should be recognized for their work, most definitely. Next, we have... what do we got? Best Supporting Actress. Yay. This is going to be a tough category. We have Emily Blunt for Oppenheimer, Danielle Brooks for The Color Purple, America Ferrera for Barbie. Jodie Foster still makes it in for Naiad. Julianne Moore for May December, and Divine Joy Randolph for The Holdovers. This may be controversial. I don't know why America Ferrera is nominated. I don't think she was the strongest in that film for a supporting actress nominee. It's just very interesting that she got nominated. I think the switch was Rosamund Pike from Saltburn. So it was either Rosamund Pike in supporting or it was going to be America Ferrera for supporting. But I do think that America Ferrera got nominated based on the monologue alone. So I guess that's fine. Jodie Foster really shouldn't be here. But listen, she was the best part of Naiad. She was the best part of Naiad, so I understand. I get it. I do think that Divine Joy Randolph has it on lock this year. Just because The Holdovers is going steady, The Color Purple isn't going steady. And I would love for Danielle Brooks to get it just because she's brilliant. And I've heard such incredible buzz from the film saying that she should win. So I'm just very intrigued to see how the Oscar run's gonna go for either of them. But for me, Divine Joy Randolph is a lock, complete lock. Next, we have Best Supporting Actor. We have Sterling K. Brown for American Fiction, Robert De Niro for Killers of the Flower Moon, Robert Downey Jr. for Oppenheimer, Ryan Gosling for Barbie, Charles Melton for May December, and Mark Ruffalo for Poor Things. Willem Dafoe missed here, and that's perfectly fine because it would have hurt Mark Ruffalo's chances, I think. And I love seeing Sterling K. Brown nominated here. I still have to watch American Fiction, and I'm really excited to watch it. But I do think from De Niro, Downey Jr., Gosling, Melton, Ruffalo, that's a lock. I don't think anyone's going to nudge into supporting actor there. I do think that that's what it is. Charles Melton's going steady, so he could get an Oscar nomination. I don't know who else can sneak in. Maybe Sterling K. Brown can take Charles Melton's spot. I don't know, but he's going steady. He's going steady. So I do think that those five are going to be a lock for the Oscars. You know how I feel about Robert Downey Jr. I do think he's going to win the Oscar, period. Next, we have Best Actress. I really love this list. So we have Lily Gladstone for Killers of the Flower Moon, Sandra Huller for Anatomy of a Fall, Greta Lee for Past Lives, Carey Mulligan for Maestro, Margot Robbie for Barbie, and Emma Stone for Poor Things. Fantasia Barrino missed here for Best Actress. And I don't know how this is going to go moving forward, but I'm very surprised that Margot Robbie is nominated for Barbie. I love her to death. I think she was 10 times better in Babylon than she was in Barbie, but she is Barbie. There is no movie without her, so I understand it, but it's not her best. I think Annette Bening missed here, which is thank God she did, because I could not see her replacing any of these women. But I do think that the lock right now is going to be Lily Gladstone, Sandra Huller, Greta Lee, Mulligan, and Stone for the five at the Oscars. I really hope that Greta doesn't get knocked out because she's going strong. The only one that could miss is Sandra Huller, and I don't want that to happen just because it's a foreign language film. But I don't know who's going to miss here. This is a very strong six. And if I had to take anyone out, I'm going to be honest with you, I would take Margot out. But I have a feeling Greta is going to miss that Oscar nomination. But yeah, we'll see where that goes. But this six, it's perfect. For CCAs, I do think that it's a possibility that Lily Gladstone's going to win. But if she starts sweeping, then you know that Lily's going to be a lock, even though I personally think Sandra Huller gave the best performance of the year in Anatomy of a Fall. Next, we have Best Actor. We have Bradley Cooper for Maestro, Leonardo DiCaprio for Killers of the Flower Moon, Coleman Domingo for Rustin, Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers, Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer, and Jeffrey Wright for American Fiction. This is the six. One is going to miss. And it's going to be heartbreaking because this six, literally the best performances of the year. They're all incredible. I don't know who I would want to win. I just have no idea at this point. But oh my God, this is going to be hard. I personally think for CCAs, it's going to go to Paul Giamatti. I really do think it's going to go to Paul Giamatti. I feel like they're leaning towards him. In that case, I can't see Bradley Cooper winning this at the CCAs. I could probably see him winning at the Globes, but if Cillian Murphy comes out on top both times, then we're sailing through. But this is going to be hard because one has to go. One has to go. And if I had to pick one, I would get rid of DiCaprio in Killers of the Flower Moon. I love him to death, but if I had to keep anyone else, it'd be the other nominees. So I don't know who's going to miss, but it appears that this 6 is going to be a lock, and I'm really nervous about it. So next we have, and I think lastly we have, is it just Best Picture? Yeah, we have Best Picture. I love this list, except for Saltburn. We have American Fiction, Barbie, The Color Purple, The Holdovers, Killers of the Flower Moon, Maestro, Oppenheimer, Past Lives, Poor Things, Saltburn. Listen, Saltburn doesn't make sense here. I would have almost had Air instead of Saltburn if we're going to do that. Also, where's Anatomy of a Fall? Where's The Zone of Interest? In this case, Golden Globes did it better than the CCAs, because how is Anatomy of a Fall missing it? How is Anatomy of a Fall missing it? I don't know. You could just pluck out Saltburn. Why is that there? Take Saltburn out. You know Anatomy of a Fall is going to be in the 10 eventually. These are the best pictures of the year. They did it well, except for Saltburn. Everything else, 100% perfect. You're going to see these names a lot, and I do think that all of these films are going to get nominated for Best Picture. They're all good in their own way. It's really hard to say that one's better than the other. For me, it's going to be Oppenheimer the whole time. I would love to see it win Best Picture. Don't think the CCAs are going to give it to Oppenheimer. I think Barbie's going to take it with the amount of times that it has been nominated. So I think that's what's going to end up happening here. And I'm just very excited to see what happens. I really am. And I love every single nomination this year. I don't think I'm going to ever be disappointed with this, just because I love all of these films and all of these performances. And it just sucks because you have to we have to edge you out. We have to not have this one get nominated or this other one get nominated. And it sucks when you have such incredible performances and such incredible filmmakers being nominated. But those are my early predictions. I need to watch a couple more things to have certain things on lock here. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of the Critics' Choice nominations. Who do you think is going to win? If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. You guys can always follow me over at AMX NDA Reviews on Twitter, Instagram, and Letterboxd. And if you guys want to help me grow this wonderful channel, you can find out ways to do that in the bio below. I'll catch you guys next time. Keep watching movies.